you have a change of heart, wanna make a brand new start. You've been living on the edge with forever as a pledge. No more giving it up, turning me loose, setting us free. Baby, keeping it real, cause we got what it takes for sure. There's no turning back anymore. Can you see it's all a game? Life goes on all the same. If at first you don't succeed, all you've got is all you need. If you believe, then stake your claim.
Hello, 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 Thrive Tribe. Welcome to Rise and Thrive Together. Raquel and I are so excited that you are joining us for our first episode in 2026. We are Rise and Thrive Together, and we are a committed community out to empower and educate and equip you to have the life that you want through real talk and taking real actions. Sis, happy New Year. We're just jumping right in. Starting new, I started us from Rise and Thrive Together community to the Thrive Tribe of 2026. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Thrive Tribe. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's Day and your year is off to an amazing start. So glad to be here with you. Sorry, guys, my cat is begging for some attention. So if you see me look away, I'm looking at him. He's there grabbing me.
I love it. Well, because, it's 2026 and Riley is ready to say, hey,
I know.
I'm a new Riley and I'm ready to be part of this community and conversation. And I need some of this community and the love for my mommy.
Make his debut, right? I think it's so amazing.
It's time.
So how are we jumping in? Tell us what you did New Year's Day.
Oh yeah. So hey guys, excited to say that for New Year's, I'm going to say New Year's Eve. Our family was a little down after our vacation. Everybody got a little sick, so things were kind of what we needed to do, right? Take care of ourselves, stay in, pivot, and just be in communication with people who were really grateful, right? Nobody wants to get sick. There's a big flu and cold stuff going around. And it was a really great learning opportunity for as parents and being in communication with our daughter. So as much as there were still a little bit of tears and a little bit of, disappointment, because that's life, right? I was disappointed. We were all disappointed. We pivoted, and I love events. You know that, sis. So I found this extraordinary place called Lion Country Safari. It's this really cool, zoo, except they make it open for the animals and they, take them in. And at night, they made these Chinese lantern, giant size and bigger, through the whole entire park of zebras,
so awesome.
like all of that. So we went New Year's Eve and did this. It's called Illumination. And besides just walking through, and it was extraordinary, they made it interactive for families and kids. And we got hot chocolate. And Lexi at first was, okay. But she didn't want to leave. And it was super quiet because it was New Year's Eve. So it was if I tell you 30 families maximum in a place that can hold thousands of people.
Wow.
And so we just spent so much quality time and, to really see how people create, with thin lantern paper, making stuff 20 feet tall. And then the tongue that goes out and the head that goes out and around, and it's there all year, through the 2 months, with all the weather. So that's what we did New Year's Eve. And New Year's Day, we slept in and just enjoyed each other's company. It was the first time, I got to be honest, it's the first time I slept in. So people know I can hang in bed, but I literally slept in. I think I slept, if I'm correct, I got up at 8:30 and then went back to bed and slept for another hour and a half. And that's not typical of me. I mean, we did, watch the ball drop and loving Diana Ross. Shout out to Diana Ross. Please, 81 years old, rock star, come on our show. But slept in and then met my in-laws who had this amazing, Christmas dinner for us. We had lobster and filet mignon.
Nice.
'Cause everybody was
Surf
sick.
and turf.
Surf and turf. Everybody was sick. So we got to celebrate and then just relax and watch football and play games and enjoy like trivia like that. And so really relaxing. But I know that's enough about me. I know you had something huge to tell. I'm excited about your New Year's and New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah, I did the plunge. I did it. I was supposed to do the polar plunge. Let me be specific. I was supposed to do it in Chicago. I changed last minute and did it in Massachusetts. So I think you can see it on Facebook, a Facebook page. I'll see if I can put it in the Rise and Thrive Together community. And that way our community folks can take a look at the plunge.
Yes. And just in case you're TikTok users, the best way she can do it is she could throw it in the community and put her TikTok handle. Raquel and I now have TikTok handles. So New Year to follow us on another way. And we're going to work our way to have us. And this is what we need you guys as a community to keep on following and sharing and engaging with us so that TikTok can pick us up and the show can be on TikTok.
Yeah.
So how fun would that be to add us onto TikTok?
And it was absolutely cold, but I love it. It's my 4th year, so super stoked about that. Yeah. Doing it in another, I do it every year in a different place, different location.
Now, and I can't wait if we'll save for what it might be this year, but it'd be cool because maybe I'll join you.
Oh, next year? Yeah. So I found a place and I don't even know where in Florida, but it may be for 2027, either Florida or hopefully I'll get to do Chicago. Chicago would be interesting.
I
or
vote
Waukegan.
for
It wasn't
Florida.
in Chicago. Huh?
I vote for Florida.
Of course, you're biased. I get it. But we're starting off with a great topic for the month of January. What's our topic?
Well, I am going to show the beautiful graphic because you did it so lovely. So viewers, here we go. Here is our January topic. We are out to say, what are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? I love the topic. Super excited. We talked about it last year. This is episode 141. What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? So I will start by saying that I resisted this topic. I was excited when we talked about it months ago when we planned out, like the outline for the first quarter. And then as life was lifing during the sickness and, and all the hoopla and the fun stuff and the ups and the downs, I definitely was like, I don't want to talk about this. And I really had to sit back and be like, what is that about for me? Why am I like acting seriously like a little kid? And I want to share with the viewers because I'd love to get your guys, input right away, is what really threw me off is that word sacrifice. Right? It was the minute I hear sacrifice, that is still something I have not transformed yet. It's like a little kid being told no. That's really what, I really sat back and thought about this. It's like being told no, I don't get to do what I want. It's not going to be fun.
Were you stomping your feet and had your arms crossed and pouting?
It was. And I literally today was like, that's the work we do, right? Like, so the biggest, how I'm going to leave it with this and then please take over, was sacrifice shows up for me about losing out. Like I'm losing out on something. I'm either missing out if it's something fun with friends or family, or even like, the business stuff. And then the deeper level of that is losing out. And so for me, that's the trigger it was, right? There's that barrier. And I had to really look at that and go, oh man. And once I got to that, we're all about pivot and mindset. And I was like, okay, so what's one way I can shift that perspective? And I do limiting belief work, guys. There's, I can share the strategies with you in the private community if you're interested. And I changed it from this perspective of losing out to trading up, right? Just trading up. like looking at it from a place of, you know, trading a current comfort for a future reward.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I want to be honest with anybody, with all of you, because that's who we are. And Susan Schaefer's already jumping in saying, hi, must there be a sacrifice? And I love it, Susan, because at the end of the day, you know, it's that word for me. I just want you to say it's the word and what I made it mean and what it, all the stuff with it. Ellen's going, how about gaining without sacrificing? So we're just jumping right in. And you heard my stuff, sis, and you got all the stuff coming in from our, you know, Thrive tribe. So I'd love to, you know, hear what you have to, what you've heard from me and what you're feeling about it all.
So I think you can use whatever word you want.
Right?
Doesn't matter. Sacrifice, just trade it for gaining. Listen, this is about what works for you, right? Changing the word, if it means replacing it with something else, taking it out altogether, that's totally a personal thing. The point is, what do you want to get?
Yes.
Right? That's the point. So it's where you shift your focus. So you
Mm-hmm.
shifted your focus from the word sacrifice to, hey, what is it that I'm going to gain
Yes.
by doing this? We all have to give something up, right? You want to lose weight, you got to give up the fast food. I have not met a person yet who wants to lose weight and can still consume fast food like they are scavenging because it's going to be like this big, I don't know, you're going to lose food and you've got to eat all the fast food you can. So it is about, life is about that. It's about a give and take. So what is it that I'm willing to sacrifice to get what I want? The results.
There you go. That's what came to me, right? That thing that gets me to that goal, the result. Yes, I love it.
You know, and that came to me late December, mid to late December. I realized I had to kind of step back from the outcome,
Ooh.
right? Because what's most important, you know, this thing where people say it's the journey that's most important. That's where you learn the lessons. And let me tell y'all, they are so right. I kind of got into my feelings in late December, mid to late December. And then I asked myself the question of why? What are you doing in your feelings? Why are you there? And how is it serving you?
Mm.
And it really wasn't. What it did for a little while, and it could have been like 3 days, was what it did was distract me
Boom.
from my goal and what was I going towards. And I saw that being in my feelings as a big distraction. Now, I got out in a couple of days, but that was a lot of energy that it took from me, right? That's energy that could have been directed elsewhere. But I also got the lesson in it to recognize when I'm in my feelings and let's either talk to somebody about it, write about it, pray about it, but get out of it, because I'm not willing to sacrifice a goal or the steps to accomplishing a goal at because I'm in my feelings. I'm not sacrificing that to be in my feelings, if that makes any sense to you
No,
guys.
it's great. That's super great.
So I had to also learn about not being so focused on what the outcome is and the result, but what's the process to
Mm.
get. And I've got some pretty big goals. Some just got added as I had dinner with someone, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, and something else got added, and that's going to be a collaboration. So not about the results. I had to shift. I was always so focused on, oh, what's this going to get me and where, and then I had to let that all go. And it wasn't easy when years of practice, but I tell you, if you want something more and you want the lesson and you want the camaraderie and the coordination, the partnerships, sometimes that's more important than the outcome, because those partnerships, collaborations can take you further than the limited outcome that you had. It can be so much more inviting, so much more inspirational and beneficial. So
Love it.
I'm willing to sacrifice looking at the results and the outcome and staying away from that.
I love that. We've often talked throughout the years on the show about, what we are thinking about, if it's those goals, those outcomes, when we kind of not stay so, like you said, so focused on them, and we kind of like loosen them up a little bit, that the outcome and those results could be more than you can possibly imagine, right? More than even what, oh, got the book out, right? Got that out. There's more beyond that. So I want to share with like what a lot of the audience has been, hearing from you and me. So Genevieve writes, sacrifice. I'm not ready for that. But how about she's changing it to targeting my wishes? That
targeting what? I missed the last word.
Targeting her wishes.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's like, right. She's focusing on that. Ellen goes, maybe discarding what's not making my goal happen, right? And that's that thing that you were talking about, that little thing that's distraction. I like to call it like the bright, shiny object. So here's like the sacrifice. What's like a comfortable habit that I have that maybe the thing that I want to happen, like more stuff about the book and the book opportunities and speaking opportunities and being able to meet with children's and families, doesn't happen because the little comfortable goal is I get distracted by saying, well, I'm going to take this moment and I'm going to go watch this. And the next thing you know, it's the comfortable of I've watched 2 or 3 episodes rather than, going, my break isn't to turn the TV on. That's an old comfortable habit. How about doing something different? Shifting to making a cup of tea, stepping outside, having a fresh air. I get very comfortable, guys, in TV and then laying down and on the couch. And then the remote's way far away. Like, no, I'm not kidding. It's like funny. But when you really stop and take that awareness, I even realize that when I watch TV, my remote is so far away from me. Like I click it and I put it on, and then it's so far away that I'm so comfortable in that it takes something for me to get up to go get it. And then my cat, because Raquel and I have cats, is on me. And then I'm like, oh, I don't want to disturb my cat. Like that's the rabbit hole it goes down. And then the thing that that whole time is, like that. So I think that's super funny. And it's something I'm just calling myself out on.
Yeah.
It's
amazing when let me speak for myself, when I shift from the results, what opens up for me is so much more than the results that I was looking for. It's like absolutely incredible and a total blessing. And that's big for me. Every year, sis, every year I have a word that I focus on.
Mm-hmm.
This year, the word is freedom.
Ooh, thank you for sharing, because I have a word too. That's awesome.
Ooh, what's your word?
So I've been looking at that and thinking, and I love that you said freedom. Mine, it's 2 words to be exact, but I'm going to just use one right now. Flying. It's like take flight, fly. Like it's flying. I've got everything, the tools, the strategies, the communities, the thing. It is take flight. That's the 2 word. Take flight, just fly. And I love when you added yours, there was that, right? Like I'm flight with freedom, and that's, so I got 2 F's, flight, freedom. And I know that 4th one will be fruition. 3rd one, flight, freedom, fruition. So that's really beautiful that you said that. Those are our words, guys. If you've got words, throw them in for you. If something's coming up for you, throw them in. Susan was writing in here. Let's switch. Susan's getting in. We got so much great being in your feelings, because you were talking about your feelings earlier. It's not bad. It's your humanity rising up, something that needs to be dealt with. And true, Susan, that's what we're talking about, right? Like when those feelings came up for me, right? We can either get stuck in them and it thwarts us a certain way, but we deal with them, right? Raquel dealt with them. I dealt with them. And that's what's beautiful about the community and the work that we choose to do and the conversations we have with ourselves, with other people, so that we can then go back to the why. So I love that. And she said that partnerships might be one of the outcomes, right? So something that, you're focusing on the partnerships rather than the book is published, That's one of the outcomes. I think we get stuck on that one
Yeah,
outcome.
but sometimes I didn't even think about partnerships. I was
Well,
just
exactly.
focused, you got the blinders on like the horse,
Yes.
and you have that one track tunnel vision. It's nice when you can see the playing field. Right.
Yes.
I love basketball. And if every player like Steph Curry just had tunnel vision, he would never be able to pass the ball, looks one way and pass the ball the other, because he's already surveyed the whole floor.
Love it.
So, yeah, Susan, I agree that there's nothing wrong with being in your feelings. The problem comes when you stay in your feelings. For
Yes.
me, and this is just me, it was
Yep.
staying in my feelings. That wasn't going to serve me. So I had to give that up. I didn't have to. I chose to.
Yeah, and that's just a great, like, this is a conversation, guys, right? Like, looking at when we're talking about that sacrifice, does that serve you, right? When you're, and listen, we all get stuck, and that's the whole point of having the show and offering you guys a safe space to talk here, be in our private community, reach out to Raquel and I, because we all know, most of our viewers who watch us know that having this opportunity to get here, and Susan's agreeing with you. She says it's definitely a problem for everyone when you get stuck. When you're
Yeah.
stuck. That's
But you know
exactly
what,
what
Susan? Sometimes it's so easy to get stuck. We don't even know we stuck. Like, I really want to know, how did I not know that I was like stuck there for 3 days? That's a long time. Do the math. 24, 3, that's 72 hours. That was kind of a long time. Now, I had little mini breaks in between, but whoo, yeah.
Yep, I get it. We're going to hit some words. Christopher Long, so great to see you on. Thanks for being on this year. His word is introspection.
Oh,
Chris,
I
love
like
it. Love it. Feel free to share more about that. Susan is the word courage.
I love that one. I had that one year. Oh my gosh. I love it.
All of them, right? I'm like fly, and inside the flight is the freedom and the fruition.
Yes.
And the do it, the introspection around. I mean, guys, this is, it's like we always say, it's a diamond with so many facets, right? And Susan's writing back, yeah, Raquel, we're always the last ones to know when we're stuck.
I love that, Susan.
So
Because some
true.
people notice it and we're like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. Why is that, Susan? Answer me. Why? We the last to know. But I love introspection. I love these words. And they're not words we're just using once. Right?
Yeah.
We don't do introspection just in 2026. Like, that's an ongoing. I absolutely love it. Thank you guys for sharing.
Yeah, I mean, and these are, they're the fun things, the little things that, people create. And they're like, what's the word? But like, if you really are exploring your life and you're in it, and especially in community, where I see it as an onion that just keeps on getting unpeeled. So there's the word, the word, the word. And at the end of the day, one word really, just unravels so many things. Susan is answering your question. This is great. This is fun. I'll have to have Susan on because it's the water we swim in, she said. I get it.
I love it. And
It's
the water we're
swimming.
drinking. Goodness
Yep. I'm telling you, it's just how we're wired. It's what it is. But
Yeah.
Chris is throwing in more. Chris is jumping in. I love this. Gotta get people on. Introspection, as we know, as the examinations of one's conscious thoughts and feelings. And very often we are not in tune. So they can easily derail us. There you go.
Yes.
That is I love it, Chris. Love you, because that's like the big, like I feel like the doctor has come out, right? Chris Long has come out. But it's beautiful. And I don't mean that as like a joke, Chris. It's really beautiful. It is the examination of our own thoughts, our conscious thoughts. Big difference in unconscious, because when they're unconscious, we don't know it. It's our own conscious thoughts and feelings. And very often that's when we're not in tune with them, unconscious. And then it takes us off the rail. And right now, shout out to Ozzy Osbourne, wherever you are, because I'm going out on the rail on the crazy train. It is. I get derailed that way. People who know me, that's my jam and my song. When I'm stuck, it's like I'm on that crazy train.
Wow. I love it. I don't love the derailing, but sometimes we need that.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sometimes that derailing is not necessarily something that's out to harm us.
Right.
But sometimes it can just bring us back.
It can. It does. If we have the community, we have that, and we are willing to have the courage to go and ask for support, to reach out to someone, to get whatever that is that you need to get you back on that track. It does. We've talked about this, that, what happens to us that seems like it's happening to us and we're happening is really happening for us. Chris is giving us the thumbs up. And Ellen, thanks for jumping in. Her word she's starting off for 2026 is clarity. Nice, Ellen. So we've got some clarity, we've got some courage, we've got some
introspection.
What else we got? I don't know if Genevieve's still on because I didn't know if she had her word. We've got mine, which is flight, yours, which is freedom. So much beautiful conversation. It's just really great because as I'm thinking about this and we're talking about the sacrificing, I'd love to kind of ask the viewers, what unproductive activity needs to, and I mean needs, you choose it, right? Like nothing needs to be done. But if you really are looking at your life right now and there are things that you want to move forward, whatever those results are, if it's creating collaborations, partnerships, whatever that may be, start looking at what's an unproductive activity that you might want to shift and pivot away from. Like I said to you guys, it tends to be, not that I watch TV a lot, but it sneaks up. And my husband had said that to me toward the end of the year. It was like I had that in my schedule when the night's over. But then he's like, you get home from work and, I've got some hours in between. And he's like, and then it started sneaking in at 3:00 in the afternoon, right? Or at 1:00, all these things. And not saying that I don't deserve a break, but you can see that is it the most productive break for me? When really I'll walk outside, spending that half an hour in the sun or a fresh air is so much more healthier than having my brain just melt another way. So that's one of my questions to you guys. And also so that's time, right? There's energy, which is, are there people and environments that you're willing to sacrifice or let go of for your own peace? And you and I have talked a lot about pruning, right? Last year was a big conversation around pruning communities and people, not that we don't love them, but is it really, like you said, serving us, and are we able to make the impact we need, or is it just sort of like it looks good, looks like it, but nothing's really getting accomplished,
right?
And then the last part is the identity. Are you willing to sacrifice the old you to become the new you? And I see that more like the comfortable, like what parts of my comfortability that isn't, just comfortable. And I'm going to be straight up on this one. When I read these and I'm going to put these in the community. I tend to be righteous.
What do you mean?
Me. Like, if I know I have a position and I'm right about something, 2 + 2 = 4, right? And you're saying, no, it doesn't. 2 + 2 = whatever. I will go on my soapbox and be in that. And it could cause a rift in a really great relationship, that partnership, or anything that we're in the middle of doing. And so I'm looking at that for myself, that habit of, I know I'm right. Or the other piece of it is like, why isn't that person understanding what I'm trying to say? So I get the clarity one, Ellen, that if I'm coming across righteous and I'm trying to drill it in, I need to take it home back a little bit. That's an old habit of mine, and go, I guess I'm not being clear. So let me sit back and be quiet and just be like, hey, I am realizing I'm trying to drill in something and you're not getting it. So let me hear what you're hearing. Can you share your perspective, or something, or ask me some questions? Because then that moves things forward. So I'm out to look at my little soapbox, people, and shift that old habit, because being right doesn't always mean that it is the most beneficial, healthy mind, body, and soul.
I got to throw this piece in there.
Do it.
And who says that you're right anyway? You're right according to your perspective. But
What?
I'm like, yo,
Girl,
you're right. What?
See, I already want to fight you.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question. Like, what makes
I love
your
it.
way right? But yeah, I get that.
No, I get it.
I get that. I get that a lot. I love it. I love it. Any more words out there?
Okay, so what do we got here? Ooh, we got lots of things that just came up. Genevieve came back. She said, today her word is grateful. I got, she's sharing that she got the home she bid on.
Oh, congratulations.
God is gracious. God is good. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. So she is in gratitude. Grateful is her word.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. Ellen is writing in that the old habit is overthinking. So it consumes too much of her energy.
Right.
So she's looking at that old habit of overthinking and consuming the energy. Susan's got some great questions for the community. Susan, and I'm going to, challenge you or ask you, not even challenge you, just make a request because you're part of our community. Can you throw them in the community, Susan? Because it's ours. She's got 3 questions from, I think, the women's network that she's in.
What are they?
What will we stop? What will we start? And what will we continue? Right? So she gave them to me last week. And Susan, I'm going to ask you if you could put them in the community. Hey, as we're, talking about this month's theme, about sacrifice, it's really great. Like those columns of what are you willing to stop? What are you willing to start? And what are you willing to continue? And that really, I think, really goes with the sacrifice. Those things that we might want to stop that doesn't move us forward. And then I love like the sacrifice that has us start, right? And then has us continue. So I love this. She says, at this time in her life, I have no communities that I need to give up. And she said, you should have been at my family dinner last night. It was a riot of I'm right, you're wrong. It was hilarious. Oh, Susan, I get to have the blessing of having conversations with you personally, but, feel free to put in a video in the community. Guys, let's really ramp up the community this year. Get in there, share like all this beautiful stuff that you're on the show and get in there and use the community and go deeper with us. And I'm clear like many people can't watch it and be with us live on Monday night, but they definitely check out the community. And your posts and your words and your conversations and perspectives are so important. This is, like I said, Raquel and I are not here to be like, it's all about us. We just are here to like come up with things that we think about. We spend time.
We're here because we like talking and we like talking to you guys. She's trying to make it sound all good. I'm like, I'm here because this is what I enjoy doing. This is giving me a lot of practice for when I do my TEDx. And I absolutely love being a part of this community because that's what we're here for. We're here to empower, educate, and encourage, not just you all, but ourselves. Yeah. So we like talking to you, and most times we're talking to ourselves as we're talking to you guys. So that's what it's all about, right? We're not here to do for us. When we do for other people, good things come our way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm psyched, sis. This is going to be a great month of great conversations, continuing this deep diving. Again, asking you guys to join our Facebook community. It's Rise and Thrive Together community. Just go in there, click, we'll look you up and accept you and go. And just anything that comes up for you this whole entire month, anything even from last month, anything that is just get in there and start sharing. We've got a beautiful, intimate community, and I know they'd love it. So we appreciate you so much. And we've got this whole year.
We're very excited. Yeah, we're very excited that I love New Year's, New Year. I love a new year. People think all the bad stuff that happened automatically stops at December 31st, 11:59 p.m. and they don't bring it into the new year. Hey, sometimes some of that stuff does travel. It has wheels and it does travel and it goes with you. The question is, what are you going to do? Susan said, and I've heard that before, what are you willing to stop? What are you willing to start? And what are you willing to continue? Right? And you've got to sit with that. And Chris used the perfect word to sum this all up. It's about introspection. Mm-hmm. Take a look at you inside. And think about, what are you willing to stop? start, and continue, in a nutshell. And what we are willing to stop now is this show. We will continue it next week, and we will start having more fun. I couldn't think of anything with the start, but we appreciate you all so much. So glad for Genevieve. Congratulations to you. That is so amazing. To start the unit, to start the new year with such amazing news. So thank you for sharing with our community. Thank you all for your contributions tonight. It really and truly does mean a lot to Reg and I with your active involvement. We absolutely love it. Chris, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you on the show and just chop it up. We love that stuff.
I'm putting it at the bottom. We've guessed the year is open. We will have conversations with you if you are fit. So, Chris, you know that. Genevieve, I got to throw in there before we close it out. Genevieve started it already. She answered 3 questions. All right.
All right.
I will stop complaining. I will start my book project, and I will continue believing in myself. Love that. And Johnny Vision, what's up? Congratulations,
hey,
Johnny. That's awesome. My daughter just walked in. She's clapping for you, Genevieve. She's clapping for everybody. So I love that the communities are ready, rocking and rolling and in action.
Absolutely. We love celebrating with you all, but we all know that, right? We can't do it by ourselves, but together we can rise and thrive. Till next time.